Hello there, I'm Pause Break Alex and welcome to Pause Break Reviews, and you know what I love? Well, yes, I do love a nice piece of chicken on a Friday night, but my one true love is platformer games. But the humble platformer hasn't been around much in recent years. I guess the Call of Honors and the Medal of Duties and the Space Kaplowy Plows just make more profit, but hey, at least there's indie games, right? Yeah, when indie platformers aren't being, you get the point. A few of them actually aim to bring back the style of gameplay from yesteryear, that polished, timeless feel that makes my heart sing! That was terrible. One such game I've been particularly excited for is Freedom Planet, an indie title by Galaxy Trail. As a backer on their Kickstarter, I got the final beta not too long ago, so consider this the first Pause Break preview instead of a review. But enough garbage, without further ado, I give you Freedom Planet! Oh yeah! Ever since I first laid eyes on this game, I've been blown away by the insane levels of effort and love put into it. Galaxy Trail have done all they could to max out the Orsometer on this game, and there's not a single moment of downtime from it. Looking at the way it plays and the graphical style it has, Freedom Planet almost reminds me of some undiscovered 2D platformer from the early PS1 era, something like Tombi or Klonoa, and despite all its retro nods and little references, this game feels fresh and new since there's nothing like it on the market right now. The story begins when the evil space alien Lord Brevin invades the world of Avalis and kills the king, using his son as a puppet to enforce his reign while he seeks out the Kingdom Stone, a jewel with enough energy to double the power of his intergalactic army. A while later, Lilac the Dragon and Carol the Wildcat see a spaceship crash in the canyons, follow it to make sure whoever piloting it was okay, and meet Torque the Shellduck.
Shellduck?
It's more of a nickname. I'm not exactly from around here.
After Torque fills them in with exactly what's going on with Brevin, the three set off with Mia the Hound joining their crew on the way and attempt to recover the Kingdom Stone before Brevin can get to it. Now, unlike most platformers, Freedom Planet actually has a fair bit of plot to it, as you can tell, and the cutscenes are wonderfully animated with variations of the in-game sprites. It's sorta like Symphony of the Night in terms of style, which is very fitting for the whole PS1 platformer vibe I was mentioning. And not only that, but these cutscenes are brilliantly scripted and acted.
This is gonna be the best charge-up ever! Just take from the rich, okay?
The one you call Zhao has taken something very precious. Something that could put your kingdom at risk. You're not going to let him keep it, are you?
Something doesn't smell right.
Well, sorry!
You never smell right.
All the characters are entertaining and contribute to the overall story in some form or another, and speaking of characters, they all have unique and interesting designs that make them stand out from the crowd. Lilac's hair can be used as a whip, Serpentine's robot arms are cool, Mila's ears allow her to flutter. I actually like every single character in this game, and nobody feels any less important than anyone else within plot or within gameplay. You see, Freedom Planet takes a three-pronged approach where you can play as either Lilac, Carol, or Mia during the main story. Lilac is a heroic, speedy hard hitter with a charge dash not unlike Sparkster or Ristar's and a double jump tornado whip. Carol is peppy and mischievous but a lot slower and uses her claws to play like Zero from Mega Man X, so she has to get into the nitty-gritty of the action to do anything. But it's also worth noting that when she gets her motorbike, she's a glass cannon who can drive through enemies and scale nearly any wall. Because physics! As for Mia, she can materialize blocks to throw at enemies to play like Mario 2 or even Mr. Gimmick. Plus, she deflects enemy projectiles with a psychic shield. But she has a lot less health to make it fair. And within the story, she's quite a shy, naive sort that you just want to cuddle and hug and eat up and oh my god, you're so cute! What I really love about this is how balanced the characters are and the plethora of gameplay styles to suit your taste. Don't like Lilac's Sonic-y gameplay? Try Carol's Mega Man Zero style. Don't like that? Try Mia's puzzle platforming. And that's not all. Galaxy Trail have confirmed that extra characters are to be added later. And from what I've played of them, they open up the game to even more different playstyles. The level design is fantastic too. Every character has their own specific paths and way of traversing said levels. Each level has different hazards and obstacles which work with your actions flawlessly. I mean, in level 3, Fortune Night, you can just sit back and kick it on a bench. How cool's that? Of course, there are a few glitches here and there, such as clipping onto ceilings and occasionally just some weird collision errors, but those are few and far between, and they hardly spoil the rest of the game. And how could they? I mean, have you had your eyes closed while I've been talking? The pixel art in this game is just wonderful. There's so many cool effects and details here, such as the way you latch onto a ladder at speed, your character swings onto it, or how some of the bosses are constructed, the cute expressions that could be missed if you so much as blink, and my personal favourite, the way the canyon background segues perfectly into the forest as the second part of Dragon Valley. It's beautiful! The only negative thing I can say on the graphics is that sometimes when a lot's going on, it can be a bit difficult to figure out what's happening since the vibrant colours blend in. As for music, the girl who goes by the name of Woofle scored this game, and let me tell you, she did it absolutely perfectly. Despite certain bits having to be redone between the demo and the final version, I'm confident in saying that the end result should satisfy anyone with ears and even a few who don't have ears. Every tune is memorable and catchy, but also subtle and suitable to its area. At no point are they drowned out by the sound effects or drown out the sound effects, and the instrumentation is oddly reminiscent of mid-90s Europop, which I guess is apt considering it mimics mid-90s gaming in nearly every other aspect. Occasionally it fades out and back in rather than being a nice neat loop, but to be honest, that only adds to the feel of the console, PS1, Mega CD kind of thing. One last thing I want to talk about though is the criticism many people have that this game is too much like Sonic the Hedgehog. What these people seem to forget is that Sonic is such an iconic franchise, and yes, there's loop-de-loops and all, and it may influence the game quite heavily. It's not exactly fair to label this game a Sonic clone. I'm seeing influences from all over the place here. I mean, Ristar, Rocket Knight, Dynamite Headdy, Mega Man, Mario, even later games like Crash Bandicoot, and a bit of Ratchet and Clank in Torque's design. And besides, nobody gives games like Jazz Jackrabbit shit for being like Sonic, and that's literally Sonic with a gun. I think it's time to wrap this up now, so if you honestly can't tell my opinion on this game, it's that you need to play it. Freedom Planet is one of the best 2D platformers in years, and even trumps some AAA titles, and I'm extremely excited for its release on June 30th. It's going to be out to download on Windows on both Galaxy Trail's own website and on Steam, and I'm telling you now, go pick it up. The gameplay is neat and slick, and there's so many different ways to play the same levels thanks to all the different characters. The art style is gorgeous, the music's amazing, the plot's genuinely interesting from what I've seen, in a platformer no less, and generally, there's just so much to enjoy here that I'm pretty sure anyone willing to give it a chance will come out of the experience pleased, because this game is just jam-packed with all sorts of content right out of the box. Download. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. So if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, take a look at my Facebook as well. See ya, I guess.
Wah.